On this episode, we make poor financial decisions because of Facebook Marketplace. Stay tuned to find out what we bought. I think this is a good purchase. I really do. $400, mind you, $400 and a bottle of Crown Royal is what this thing cost me. So this is what it is. Okay, before you freak out, let me show you around. You're thinking, I just got rid of, or just stopped working on a Ford that had problems, and now I have another Ford that has problems. Yes, I do. This one comes with the Triton V10, which the guy said it worked. Who knows if that's true, but it's a 1999 contractor dually that smells like old diapers and insert something else that stinks here. That's the fuel tank that it came with it. That's an extra tire. And all the other random tires that he decided he wanted to throw in there. It has a spot for a clamp. It also has a spot for, a water cooler. And it has all of the boxes. I don't have keys to any of these, but they do open. And it's got, what the heck is that? God, I don't even want to know. But it's pretty solid. And it was, again, $400. Now let's get to the problems. At the license plate, you'll see that it hasn't been registered since 2007. And that is accurate too. Very accurate. This door on this side doesn't work. I'll probably just need to fix that. Spray some stuff on it and maybe glue it to there or weld it together and be perfect. Here's another remnants of the 2007. This is a 350 though, that's why it's a dually on this one. Let's take a look inside. So since it was a contractor one, it does have the, plastic floor, which is easy to clean up, especially because there's so much stuff in here. I'm not really sure what this green stuff is. It's like a powder? Very confused. But there's also glass somewhere on the seat, which is confusing because none of the windows are broken. Maybe the mirrors? But it didn't look like mirrors. Okay, let's see what's in here. Nothing. Dang. Okay. It did already come pre-broken into, which is helpful. But the seat is in very good condition. We have a 99 F250, and it has like the little center box thing that we never use. So my dad's gonna probably take this seat out and put it into his. So let me show you the other side. Again, not bad. And the seat is, it's not ripped. Very, very clean for what it is. It's manual windows. And on my dad's truck, this fuse panel thing is broken, so he's gonna probably take this thing off. It does have cruise control and all the stuff. It's actually pretty much just like the one my dad has. His is just the 250 of this one. Like I said, it's a dually, and the tires that it came with it, super dry rotted, but they have a lot of grip, which is very helpful because we might still use them for a good while. What in the? Oh, there's a lot of dirt in there. That's straight dirt. Why is it dirt in here? That's very weird. There's something in here. An empty can. Solvent activator. Oh, this is probably looks like that glue that you use for PVC pipes. Oh yeah, there's that stuff for PVC pipe. So I wonder who had this truck. Triumph Industrial Grade. Nice. Transmission fluid. That's just what I like to see in old trucks. That's how you know that they work. And in this first bag, what are these? These look like sandbags. And here is the Triton V10 in all of its dustiness. So apparently this one runs. Apparently, but you know how that goes, how people are, it ran when parked and it doesn't. And judging by the looks of it, it probably will not start without a fight, which, you know, at this point, I'm prepared for. I'm fine with that. So we'll see how it goes. There's no battery. And the engine is very dirty. It's really dirty in here. Okay, so you might be thinking, why the hell would you buy this disgusting truck? Well, first of all, because it's $400 and all it cost us was extra, you know, bottle of alcohol, which is it's kind of weird. This is the second Ford that I've bought off a marketplace, and this is also the second Ford that they wanted alcohol on top of money. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but it happening 2 times already is sort of odd. So after I looked to see how much it would cost to get this thing even back on the road, I ran the VIN and all the stuff for this state of California to see how much it would cost, and in back registration fees on this thing is close to $5,000. So that is a lot compared to what work would need to be done to this thing just to get it like in working condition. So I'm not going to put it back on the road like that. That's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do is a little bit more fun. So like I said, we do have another 99 F250 and the other one is a V10 also. And there's a lot of the cab stuff and interior pieces that we want for that truck, like the seats, some interior trim panels, and some other little stuff here and there, just to, you know, complete that truck and have this one pretty much as a parts cabin thing, right? The other Ford is a long bed, and my dad pretty much uses it for work most of the time, and he still has the bed on it. So he's gonna take this contractor bed off and put it on his truck, which I think it'll look a lot better on his. Might have to paint it or, you know, spruce it up a little bit, but this contractor bed is going to go on my dad's truck. What are we going to do with the rest? So the rest of it is, I mean, if you guys are in the Central Valley of California and you guys need parts off of a 99 through whatever year it goes to, Ford F250, 350, 450, let me know. Not the engine though, or the transmission, or the drivetrain, or the suspension, or the axles. I think you know where I'm going with this. Rear axle, the front axle, the chassis, and the engine, transmission, and all the electrical and stuff, I'm going to keep with the bottom. Pretty much the cab and the fenders, hood, trim, all that stuff like that, I'm going to sell it. The whole back is going to go on my dad's truck. So all I'm going to be left with is a frame, axles, and a Ford V10 with a transmission attached to it. And like I said, this thing being $400, just this contractor box alone is way more than that. So putting this one on the other truck, the one that my dad uses for work, would be way better. So I don't know if you guys follow the TikTok, but a while ago I had commented an idea that I had to get a more modern chassis and throw an old truck on it. And this is step one to that. And it only cost me 400 bucks. Some other guys had like Kodiaks or other top kicks, things like that, and they wanted like $6,000-$7,000 for them. Luckily, I found this guy who sold this thing for 400 bucks and some alcohol because he had no paperwork for it. It hasn't been on the road or registered since 2007. So he just needed to get rid of it. He's been trying to sell this thing for years and nobody wanted to buy it because nobody wanted to hassle with the DMV. Luckily, I don't want to deal with the DMV and I'm just going to put an old truck on top of it. So works out for me, right? My idea to cut things, cost-wise as low as I can is to keep the V10 that's in there. Just try to, fix it. We've already had to work on one, which is the one that my dad's truck has, because that one, oh man, that thing had damn near like 350,000 miles or something like that, and then it finally started giving us problems, so we had to tear it out and then replace it and work on it. So we kind of know some stuff about them, so that's not going to be that big of a problem. But I have been looking on Marketplace already. I'm not ready to buy anything or anything like that, just getting ideas. But there are some people around here that have like old Studebaker trucks, and I think that'd be pretty cool to throw a Studebaker cab on this, make this a flatbed, put like a gooseneck on it, like a fifth wheel thing, and then use this thing to tow stuff around. I'll use the C10 if I needed small things moving around, and if I need to go pretty far and haul something, I got this one. It only cost me $400, which is good because I'm fucking broke. So that's the majority of it. Like I said, bed's going to my dad. We're keeping the chassis, pretty much the whole underside, engine, transmission, and all of this is going to be sold or, parted out. And then we're going to be left with chassis, engine, transmission, and then we're going to find an old truck and just put it on top. Make a cool little flatbed out of this thing and drive this thing around as far as we can. Or I'm going to have fun with this thing. I'm going to give you guys a mental health moment. I have noticed with most guys is they are the protectors of the family. So they are the ones that are always making sure that everybody around them is safe and feels, comfortable and all that stuff. Sometimes it's good for you to just do something for yourself called self-care. I don't know if you've ever heard that word. Do some stuff for you, like go on Marketplace, find a truck for 400 bucks, and then go with a buddy and go get it. I went with my dad, and we had a hoot and a half trying to get this thing back. Especially because the trailer that we brought it on, we're idiots because that thing doesn't have a winch on it. So we had to use a hand winch. We call them come-alongs, those like hand ones. We used one of those things to get this thing up on there. And if you look at this thing, it's not exactly the lightest looking thing, and it's not. So getting this thing onto that trailer without a winch was a pain in the ass. But we have a good story about it, and we were driving back home and we're having fun. Yes, it's good for you to protect the family and be sure that you're there for everybody, but it's also good for you to take care of yourself. So take some time for yourself, even if it's like 30 minutes, an hour or something. Sit on the porch with a beer. Just do nothing, just for a little bit. You deserve it. I'm so excited about this thing. Let me show you the trailer though. So again, here's the truck, and we had to roll it onto this trailer. And if you're asking what is the capacity for this trailer, I have no idea what the capacity on this trailer is. Mostly because one day my dad was out here in his little shop, which is right there, and he had nothing to do, and he got bored, and he straight up built a trailer. He built a trailer when he got bored. So this thing has two like 3/4 ton axles. Up here he has like a place that you can like winch down the truck or whatever. Oh, it has trailer brakes on it. It has this little deal here, so if you lose the load, it'll pull it out and lock the brakes up. And this isn't the first one he's made. This is probably like 5th or 6th one of these things that he's built. Comes in handy, especially No, I do wish it was a bit longer though. Like this, just a little bit back. So like right here. But all in all, this thing works. But it doesn't have a winch. If any of you guys are winch manufacturers, Warren, if y'all are listening, and you guys want to, you know, donate a winch to the cause, I'd really appreciate it. Because I don't want to push, like, oh man, that thing's so heavy. It was incredibly heavy. And if you're wondering what this is, we got a hand crank one from Harbor Freight one day. And it was on here. And I used that one to get the Manhattan here. But whenever we moved it closest, it was in the way. So we had to cut it off to get the Manhattan all the way up so we can close the back. Next thing we need to do is get a winch on here because that big Bertha back here is a pain in my ass. The guy that sold it to us, he put his truck in the back and he floored it and he pushed it up to the ramps, and you can see him burning out behind us trying to get this thing to push up the ramps. As he's doing that, we were up there in the front with the come-alongs pulling it up the rest of the way. And like 2 tiring hours later, we finally got this big bitch up onto there. So a winch would be cool if anybody in the Central Valley wants to donate one. That'd be cool. Again, we have a lot of work on this thing because it's just... I'm just gonna leave that there. It's really bad. But it's a lot of good parts, and that's what we need it for. We need a parts truck to get things from, because I want to, you know, have an old ass truck that works like a new truck so I can go drive around and pick stuff up. This is the best candidate that I could find for the money that I could afford. You guys have any ideas on what truck I should put up on top of this thing? Or if you guys are in the Central Valley, know of any farms that just have these, like an old truck lying around that if you can move it, you can have it, I'm all ears. Even if I can find an old Ford, like just a cab of a Ford, can you imagine a V10 F7 or something? That'd be super cool. All right, well, I'm gonna go and dream a bit of what this thing can be, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.